I got what you want. Give me all of your love, 'cause it's burning hot. It's what you do to me, babe, I can guarantee. Honey, I got what you need. Under the night sky, I want your eyes all on me. Don't tell me last night, I always get mine. Don't play with me. Do you want it? Can't feel me? No, can't handle it. Right? Do you want it? No, put your love on hold. I can't take it anymore. Oh, put your love on me now. Trust me and you will see. Oh, honey, I got what you want. Honey, I got what you need. Honey, I got what you want. Honey, I got what you need. Give me your love, no holding back, no. We could take it to the stars, where you wanna go. The things that we can do, don't need to prove you know. Honey, I got what you want. Yeah, under the night sky, I want your eyes all on me. Don't tell me no lies, I always get mine. Don't play with me. So do you want it? Do you want it? Can you feel me? Can you feel me now? Can you handle it? Alright. So do you want it? Don't put your love on hold. I can't take it anymore. Oh, put your love on me now. Trust me and you will see. Oh, honey, I got what you want. Honey, I got what you need. Honey, I got what you want. Honey, I got what you need. So don't put your love on hold. Can't feel me, I can't take it anymore. Don't put your love on me. Trust me and you will see. Honey, I got what you want. Honey, I got what you need. Honey, I got what you want. Honey, I got what you want, got what you need now.
Isn't this the good life? Sitting on the front porch, sipping on the rocks. Citrus in our beverages. Citrus in our beverages. Show only the good sides. Always pretty smiles are covering our faces. You know it is all lies. You know it is all lies. On and on it goes. Round and round the rodeo. Breathing out air for a minute. Taking my time to begin with. On and on it goes. Swinging down in life, you know. Breathing out air for a minute. Yeah. Hey, would you rather stay right here? Make everything disappear. Can play my favorite song. Put your rose-colored glasses on. What if we stay right here? Make everything disappear. Lay low in the beachy sun. Put your rose-colored glasses on. Yeah. Put your rose-colored glasses on. Yeah. Isn't it a big crime to get a little lost in everybody's business? Why don't we all calm down? Why don't we all calm down? I think I'm the wrong size. Not enough room for everybody's egos. Why don't we all calm down? Why don't we all calm down? On and on it goes. Round and round the rodeo. Breathing out air for a minute. Taking my our beverages. Show only the good sides. Always pretty smiles are covering our faces. You know it is all lies. You know it is all lies. Hey, would you rather stay right here? Make everything disappear. You play my favorite song. Put your rose-colored glasses on. What if we stay right here? Make everything disappear. Lay low in the beach side. Put your rose-colored glasses on. Yeah, put your rose-colored glasses on. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, put your rose-colored glasses on. Put your rose-colored glasses on.
Turn it up. Turn it up.
I'm thinking back on all those times when I felt closed off from all that I could become. Eager but too scared to climb. Wanted to please my friends, but it felt like the end on myself.
Streamers and video creators, welcome to Live Streaming Pros Live Q&A. Today, I've got a bunch of things. I mean, we've got a lot to talk about today. But today I do want to share with you YouTube's brand new feature, Live Q&A, which kind of sounds confusing because this is a live Q&A. But we'll get there. I'll show you how it works. I'll show you what it is and the pros and cons of it. Because if you use software, there is a bit of a con to this scenario, but it's all doable. And it will actually benefit you for using this brand new feature that has been rolling out this week. So if you have questions, I know people have already started asking questions. Go ahead and put a Q in front of your question. That way it makes its way into my queue, which is right here somewhere, right here. My Q&A is over here on this, so we're paying attention, and I will get to the questions in the order they were received. If you want to super chat and jump ahead to the top of the queue and you don't want to wait, then you can do so, and those I'll take first. A queue gets you into the queue. Exactly. Renee, I thank you. I did need some live Q&A for my live Q&A. It was very important of a feature. So no, I do love that YouTube is launching like more interactivity features for live. So that's super beneficial. My Q&A, yes, is the 9th screen to the left, to my right, really. But, all right, so lots of questions coming in already. Before we do, let's talk about live Q&A, and then I have a little surprise for you that involves a whiteboard. You know how I love my whiteboards. Yes, I love my whiteboards so very much. I know you do too, because if you're around me for any amount of time, you either love to learn whiteboards or you already do, and you're just my people. So we are going to jump in here in just a second to the whiteboard and then your Q&As. But first, let's talk about YouTube Live Q&A. This is a new feature that they just released, and it is adding more interactivity to your live streams. So there are some pros, cons, things that you need to know about how it all works. But if you don't see it in your backend already, you should, in your YouTube Studio backend, I should say. You will soon. And so let me actually go ahead and show you what this looks like. So this is YouTube. This is the Live Studio backend, and I just noticed this. This is an interesting addition that I've never seen before. Now would be a good time to insert ads. So I could actually like manually insert an ad. I'm not going to do that to you. Don't worry. But as you can see, we kind of see the current view of the live stream. You can do this one of two ways: from your YouTube Studio Live Studio, and see way down here at the bottom, there's a plus button. You plus that, and then you can either start a poll, which Callie has already been doing a poll asking you guys if you were live streaming this weekend. 43% of you said yes, and no, 30% of you. So we can do polls. We've been able to do that for a while. Now we can actually start a Q&A. And like I said, you can actually do this from the front end as well. So if your moderators want to do this, we're getting a bit of an infinity effect here, but yeah, I'm going to go back to this side. You can do that from the front end as well. And so all you would do is type in a question, and I'm going to say bacon or cheese. And then we're going to start Q&A. All right. And then as soon as this is going to actually, this is actually going to pop it up to the top of that. So from a viewer perspective, we have our pinned post, but also the Q&A is allowing you to answer that as a viewer. And so I'm going to, then I could say, select question. So John said, what kind of cheese are we talking about? Bacon? Always, right? And so now in the viewer experience as a chat, as a viewer, you are actually seeing the question that I'm answering. Now, let's talk through that. So that's how it works. Let's talk about it from your perspective. If you're just live streaming straight from your camera into YouTube Studio, and going live. This is actually a really fun feature, just alone. And that will actually help engage your audience. Your audience will be able to see what question you're asking. If they come in during a conversation, they'll kind of be on topic. And so you could even use this. I personally see this as setting the topic. Let's say you're kind of going through a series of things, maybe step 1, step 2, step 3. You can use this for questions, but you can also use it to set the topic and encourage people to know what's going on as they're coming into the stream. But you can also just show viewers some love very easily from the platform itself using this feature. They get to see their comment highlighted. That's a win. They love that. Just like if I can actually, okay, well, that I did not know. So Kathleen is one of our mods. She's saying the mods don't see it. So we're going to have to test that. That's very interesting. That they can't actually do this, because that's where I was going next. I can actually, from ECAMM, from StreamYard, from RESTREAM, from Wave Video, from vMix, from OBS, well, not OBS, but from all of those softwares, we can actually put comments on screen, and that allows us to do the same kind of thing. However, it doesn't put it into the chat. It's just on screen. Where I was going was have you deliver the content and have your moderators set that as we go. Callie is always posting new polls as we're talking, and sometimes I don't even know there's a poll going on and you're making fun of me, which is always fun. But there's the secondary part of that moderators absolutely need to be, I am Renee. Moderators absolutely need to be able to have this functionality, not just the owner of the account. So that actually shifts my perspective in real time of how useful this feature is. Give us mod access, good to go, right? Like, this is actually a super helpful feature, even if, whether you're doing it just straight into YouTube Studio, or if you're using a software or service to go live. You can put the comments on screen, and the moderators, once they get access to it, can be putting that into the chat experience. I like the highlighting, I like the conversation that it will help, and I like the fact that it will help people understand what's going on when they come in, because the nature of live is live and people come and go. So not everybody is going to be available or like right there when you first start your live stream. All right, so that's my take on the YouTube live Q&A. It's a little confusing when it comes to the name, because I do a live Q&A every week, and then we have the feature live Q&A. So it might confuse my audience a little bit, but that is the feature name. It is rolling out. If you don't see it, then keep looking. And I would love your feedback. What do you think of it? Is it a good thing? Is it a negative thing? Like, I can't really see anything negative about it, except for the fact that mods don't apparently have access. And we tested this live for you. All right. So, that's, yeah, it feels like something that the spam bots will clutter up. I don't, how? Because we have to like choose a feature, right? Oh, and I need to actually end, wrong mouse. I would need to actually end it. So here's another, okay, Renee, since you're watching, I'm doing a live Q&A on live Q&A during a live Q&A. I mean, it's just inception right now. Okay, I'm gonna show you another thing that we need actually, the conversation, like, if they could actually answer this like they do the poll. So they actually answer that poll, and then I see that information connected to it. But right now, bacon or cheese, well, there was always a lot of, oh, wait, hold on. I'm talking out of my, ignore that. Okay, so what I'm seeing in the back end, this is interesting. So what I'm seeing in the back end is literally only the questions that are coming that are answering that Q&A. So as a viewer, oh, I'm not just a viewer, so I can't see the viewer perspective. But yeah, I have a lot of other comments coming in right now not answering that question. So that's where I was gonna go, is I would want to see only the questions that are answering that question, the answers that are about that question. It looks like it is. So that's fun. Well, bacon or sausage is the real question. So I can select question and put that up, right? And then I can actually close the poll or end the Q&A. I can close their question out as I move on to another one, and then I can end the Q&A so you're not answering that specifically. So there you go. You guys love our live tests, don't you? I wanted to see how it really worked in action with a lot of comments. It's a split. Let's see. I think those are my primary thoughts, and I'm just reading back through. Because of the way the info read, we can't delete what gets posted there. Oh, because you can't see it. So because of how you're responding to the question, you can't access that to put it up or to actually moderate it. That's dangerous, actually. Yeah, that's very dangerous. Let's see. Yeah. Okay. That's also. That's. I already answered that. Wait, we're coming back to questions. Okay. It's a split. Now I have to monitor 2 places. That's the other thing is, if you are using software, you would, and you don't have moderators or they don't have access to it and you're trying to run this yourself, you are looking at comments in 2 different places, which is quite confusing. So I'm not really sure from a viewer perspective. I'm going to have to get some video on this. It looked like to me, all you saw, all I was seeing, because I'm the owner of the account. So yeah, I'll have to see what the viewer looks like. The viewer perspective of that looks like. So it's interesting. Yeah, the monitoring of 2 different places would be problematic. Moderators are already doing so much, and producers and like hosts are already doing so much that to be able to have to moderate multiple different places at that point, that would probably be something that they would opt out of in order to just go with this. Like literally most of our audience would just be able to do this and they would be happy with that. If it's going to be troublesome to kind of monitor in multiple places. We are glad that you are here, Claire, as well. Thank you so much for being here. Tell us about your content, Claire. The live chat doesn't see what gets posted in the Q&A. Got it. Okay. All right. Interesting. That is a very interesting way to do that feature. I'm a little confused by the logic behind that. I would like to learn more, Renee. But yeah, okay. Live tests are awesome. We always love it, trying to break things live. That's always fun around here. Okay. Nothing like real world testing. Exactly. I could have done it before with just my team, but why? Why not involve you in the process? I saw your comment on that. I don't think that that's true. But I will get clarification on that, unless Renee, you already know. If you don't know, I don't expect you to know that answer. But I'm pretty sure it doesn't. It actually goes out on the live, because I believe I saw some information about that way back when. Yes, Kathleen says we'd be happy to workflow this out for a better solution. That is Kathleen's brilliance, is workflows and systems and like making sure everything is user friendly. But okay, Renee is not sure on that, but we will find out for you. Wait, I was about to go into Q&A, but something else first. We have something super fun. Okay, I tweeted about this and everybody loved it, so I just had to share. I was on a client call 2 days ago, yesterday? I don't even know when. Yeah, I guess it was 2 days ago. I was on a client call and he started like excuse me. He went to the whiteboard because he has a whiteboard set and like a main camera set. He went to the whiteboard, started moving these things around on his whiteboard, and I was like, I literally exclaimed, "What?" I stopped the entire conversation to ask for more information on these dry erase magnets. Whiteboard. We're gonna do a little demo because how could we not? Oh my God, these are so freaking amazing. You know how much I love my Post-its and how much I love my whiteboards. And now you can get little magnet Post-its, 3x3 or 4x4. And look at this. Oh my God, how freaking amazing is that? How did I not know these existed? I am flabbergasted. Okay, hold on. We are having a second live demo. Yes, we are. I'm a horrible handwriter. My handwriting is terrible. But yes, look at that. Oh my God. I am so excited. You can also use it to create modern art. You're the designer. You're the creative one in the house. I can't see. I'm not seeing that. What is that? Like by placing magnet or like just magnets and designing them. I know. We're posting the link in the comments right now. Go get them. But you do have to have a magnetized whiteboard. I have 3 or 4. Maybe 4 whiteboards. Only one of them is magnetized, this one. But they do have other options that I also purchased to test, because you got to test. I mean, you just gotta. But they have like cleanable sticky that they can just go on any surface. I think it has to be a flat surface. It wouldn't like work on like popcorn walls type of thing, like it has that. But Yes, we all need these in our lives, which is why I thought it was so freaking important for me to do this live demo because this is life. This is now life. I mean, I don't know how I have lived without these in my entire life. Okay. Wait, hold on. She answered my question. My content helps new YouTubers get started and grow on YouTube. Nice, Claire. I would love it to meet you. Reach out to me privately. I'd love to chat. Yeah, you got to test all the office supplies. The office store used to be my favorite place to like hang out, except for the library. Library and office store. A girl can just be happy with that. All right. So make sure you have a magnetized something or other, whiteboard or other surface, before getting the magnetized ones, but they do have the cleanable ones as well, and they just wash right off. So yes, that client made me very, very happy. Todd, I freaking love you. All right. Not sure. I love the color choices. They forgot to ask me. Oh no. I did see other color choices. I like all the different colors, but you can get like white. I saw like just static colors, like all the things. So yeah. Okay. All right, now now we have way too many questions and I'm way behind. Yeah. Oh my God, I didn't say publicly happy birthday, Sammy. I said it to you privately and I said it inside of the countdown timer, but I didn't say it to you. I'm so sorry. Happy birthday, Sammy. I have. How can I not be this happy? Because whiteboards, Post-its, dry erase. All right, let's take some questions. All right. Marianne asked, do you use the teleprompter during your lives? If so, how or what for? I do use the teleprompter. You can actually see that in this in this right here. This is my prompter. During the lives, it depends on what kind of live I am doing. So if I am just doing this Q&A, it's this stream is totally like casual. It's hangouting. It's hangoutable. Like, so we're just like having fun. We're answering questions. I don't need to keep myself on track because part of the fun of this stream is a little loosey-goosey fun. And so what I have right now on the prompter is just my preview window where I see what you see. So if I go into edit mode on my main camera, right, or my main software on this monitor, and I'm like editing scenes live, I know by looking at my prompter what you guys are seeing. Am I showing them what I'm doing, or are you seeing what I want you to see? And if I'm doing interviews, that is also beneficial to have them right here so that I can look them in the eye, see all their facial expressions, and still talk to them. Then if I'm doing more of a structured live stream where I'm delivering content, that will have bullet points. You don't ever script live, never, ever. But I have bullet points that I might want to have just to make sure I stay on track. Now, the other aspect of that is like Zoom. When I'm on Zoom calls, for instance, tomorrow I'm hosting a free mastermind call session with my audience. If you guys are making $5,000 a month from your content, $5,000 to $50,000 a month from your content, and you want to have some higher level conversations around the business side of it, the mindset, the struggle of kind of being on that treadmill and really scaling your business, then I would love to have you guys join me there. So we can drop the link in the comments for you guys to register. But that's specifically for people who have content figured out, like their content is really strong. It's just the business side of things. It's the scaling the audience, it's the, all of that kind of like the back end stuff that no one ever talks about. Those are the kind of conversations I want to have tomorrow. And so if you want to join us, totally register and come hang out with me. But my whole point of that was during that call, I will have the entire Zoom window on my prompter so that I can see everybody's faces and not be looking down constantly. So that's one of the benefits of a prompter. So yeah, okay. Hopefully that answers the question. Let's see, to go backwards here for a second. You're right. Okay, it does insert an ad in your live stream. Okay, no worries. I wasn't correcting you. I was just saying, I was pretty sure that was, so if eligible ads are triggered to serve within seconds, it's not guaranteed that all viewers will get an ad. These viewers will continue to see your live stream. If a viewer skips the ad or the ad ends, they will rejoin the live stream. All right. So if you have questions, hello, Totally Scale. Definitely add a cue to the front of the question so that it makes its way into my queue. And let's keep going with live Q&A. So if you missed it, if you just joined us, we actually were talking about YouTube Live Q&A, a brand new feature that is available or rolling out to you now that allows a little bit more interactivity. So definitely watch the replay. I did it more towards the front of the stream. And now we're just doing any questions you have about video creation, about live stream, whether that's tech, whether it's creator economy stuff where you're like trying to make a business out of your streams, all of that. Yes, Marianne, you are very welcome. I hope I'm saying your name right. I guess that could go a couple different ways. Let me know. But there are all kinds of different ways you can use a prompter, and it is a totally useful tool. There are challenges with it always. Everything has its pros and cons, but it can be very, very useful. Renee said, should creators be talking to their audiences about Twitter maybe going away and making sure they have newsletters or other places to stay connected? Great question. And Twitter. I have no words. So if you haven't been paying attention, it's been interesting since Elon Musk bought it. But there are a lot of rumors that that it's going to like be ruined. I personally think that this is like a bump and will come back to normalized something or other, whether it looks the same or slightly different. I don't expect Twitter to go away fully, but I could be eating my words. And that's more like out of hope because I do love Twitter. That's really my favorite social platform because it's very conversational, and I find myself laughing like more at comments and having more fun in conversations on Twitter than I do on other platforms. And so I personally just really want to see it stay. So that might just be out of that. But to Renee's point, abso-freaking-lutely, and I should probably do a whole video on this. This would be a good topic. Callie, can you write that down, please? Thank you. There is a risk. Anytime, there's always a risk of any of the platforms going down like that. There is a risk of YouTube shutting your channel down. Facebook, Instagram, all of them. There is risk in using a third-party platform to build your audience. Believe me, I know. I've been there. I've lost them. And if you aren't building an email list, if you aren't bringing them into a platform that you control, that you can say, hey, today's show isn't going to happen because my channel just got shut down or Twitter just went away, and that's how you usually connect with me. Having an alternative communication method that isn't going to go away because you control that platform, then you run the risk of losing it all, like I have in the past. So this is a very, very, very important. Can we do a poll real quick? How many of you have an email list? This is a great topic. Renee, I'm so glad you asked this. Twitter is too unique to go away. I would like to think that as well, but to be honest, 100%, what was that one that went down? Not Snap. The one where everybody was, I'm blanking on it. But yeah, let's do a poll. Maybe have a backup channel. That's not going to help you. So just a backup channel doesn't really give you the control you need. If a platform is going to go down, this happened to my friend Molly. She had a big event that she was planning on Facebook, and Facebook, that was the same day, and this was a really important event for her. She was going to do it all on Facebook. That's the day Facebook shut down for 7 hours, and nobody knew why. There were rumors flying all over the place. She had to quickly shift gears, do it on YouTube instead, and that's when she fell in love with YouTube. But how would those people have known that she was going to a different channel? Her email list. Her email list. That's hard to say 3 times fast. And this is if you are not doing that, if you are not building out your email list, it is vitally important that you start now. Exactly. Rented platforms are great tools, and we need them. We partner with rented platforms, and by rented platforms, we're talking about the platforms that we create content on. That's a partnership with them in essence, because they're providing the audience, we're providing the content. We need each other to do so. However, partnerships can fail, right? They can shut you down. You could do something wrong. they could lose, you know, their servers for 7 hours. Like any number of things can happen. So having that is super, super important. I do. Yay, email list. Woo woo. Friendster, MySpace, Dig, CompuServe, AOL all went away. Thank you for that list. There was another one, the video one. I'm blanking. Let's see, hold on. Google Plus went away, right? I mean, from a big company, Google Plus went away. All right, let's see. Vine, learn pro recording, you win 100 points. Because you're the first one I saw, at least, that came up with the name that I was forgetting. Vine. Oh, lots of you now. Ping went away. I remember that. There's so many. There have been so many. Okay. Any service that is free has the risk to disappear. Yes, well put. There are no guarantees if the service is not paid for, and there are still no guarantees if the service is paid for, but you have more control. If you use a free service, we are the product, not a customer. Very, very well said. Thank you so much for that. Google Reader, Google Wave. So, is that a topic that you would want here on this channel for me to actually talk about, like how, like just getting you started with that? Because I mean, that's something we talk about usually in our accelerator program, but it's not really something I talk about on YouTube. Is that something that would be of help to you? I've never really thought about putting that on YouTube. Oh, borders. Oh, I miss borders. All right. So yes, there are very simple and easy ways and inexpensive ways to get started with an email list, but take everything with a grain of salt when it comes to your free platforms that you're putting content out on, and own your list. There are all kinds of ways. You don't have to create a product to get people to sign up to your list, so that you have that access to them to build a relationship. And that's one of my favorite things about email lists is I'm creating a relationship with my audience in a deeper way than on, say, YouTube comments, right? Like we have a great relationship here. And also,
Scanning. Username accepted. Welcome.
nice.
Welcome. Shutting down.
We've got 5 of them incoming.
Scanning. Username accepted. Welcome. Welcome. Shutting down. Security breach.
Thank you, Kathleen.
Username accepted. Welcome. Welcome. Shutting down.
Kathleen
Security breach.
did
Scanning.
5
Accepted. Welcome.
memberships.
Welcome. Shutting down.
Thank you so much, Kathleen. It never ends.
Accepted. Welcome. Welcome. Shutting down.
Folker, you weren't a member? Jason, Enrico, Folker, Dr. Elo, Stephen Peters, welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you so much for being here. I hope you enjoy the membership. Okay, what just happened? Kathleen gifted 5 memberships to our YouTube membership. Yeah, so you can, that's a feature of YouTube Live, so that people can now become members and enjoy the behind the scenes content. All right. So I think we beat that to death, but I just wanted to kind of look back. Yes, I totally agree with this statement that it is best for new creators to be intentional about email lists from the beginning. I see this problem so very often that people literally build up millions. I have one of my students in our mastermind right now, has over 1 million subscribers and no email list, no product outside of the kind of platform specific revenue, and he's doing well, but it's a dangerous situation, right? It's a very volatile situation to put yourself in when you can't know that you are going to be safe regardless of what happens on that platform. And again, those are the kinds of conversations that we're having tomorrow at 8 a.m. Pacific in a free mastermind session that I'm going to run because I just want to like open the doors and like say, hey, let's talk about this stuff that no one talks about. So you can find that Yes, exactly, Amy, exactly. Okie dokie. Next question. I'm being slow on the questions. Remember, super chats do take priority if you're like, get to my question already. Come on. Do you daisy chain the TS3 Caldigits? So I do actually. I have a TS3 and a TS4 that's daisy chained. You don't have to, but you can. Let's see. Christian, I have a Mac Mini and a TS4. Is there a way to add a third monitor? Yeah. Like, what ports are you missing? You have which Mac Mini? Like older one? The TS4 has multiple ports. You might need an adapter on that TS4. Between the TS3 and TS4, I'm blanking, to be honest, on which outputs the TS4 model has. But I have multiple monitors plugged in as well. So you can do like, I don't know how many monitors you currently have. So it's hard to answer that question. Oh, third monitor. Yeah. I mean, I had 3 on a Mac Mini. So it is definitely possible. Okay. Yes, the display link adapter will do it. The hub dock can't do it, but with the adapter, like that's what, yeah, like what I was saying before, like you need that if you don't have enough ports going out. Christian, I have a Mac Mini. Wait, I just read that. Wit, if you use a teleprompter, how do you arrange your lighting? So Wit, you can see right here. My lighting is up here. This is a big dome light that you can only see. You're only seeing a little bit of that. I have another light over here, right here. And so that, like, it depends on what kind of lighting you have. Because like, it depends on which lighting you have. But the simple answer is to just push it up and point down, or off to the side. You can have 2 lights coming off to the side straight on, but oftentimes it's helpful to have it kind of coming up and down at you, especially if you wear glasses. So does that help? The teleprompter should not be getting in the way of your lighting. It's just about mounting it differently, because I'm assuming that you have that like right on top of your camera. Matesh, can we live stream to 2 different Zoom meetings in 2 different laptops? I'm going to need some clarification on that, because at the base level of what the question is saying, one computer going to one Zoom meeting, one computer going to one Zoom meeting, like second, so 1, 2. I'm guessing I'm missing something in that question. What's the, like, if you want one computer going to one Zoom meeting and one computer going to a second Zoom meeting, that's pretty straightforward. So are you wanting, here's the maybe thing, are you wanting to send out the same stream to 2 different laptops that then go to 2 different Zoom calls? That can be done, yes. Takes a bit more of a complicated setup with, yeah. I need clarification on that one because I'm not seeing the problem. Okay, let's see. Sandy, what kind of software would you use for sound with the ECAMM live interface? Again, I'm not going to need clarification on this. Are you just bringing your audio in, your mic, or what do you mean by sound? Do you mean sound effects? Let me know. I'm going to wait to answer that because that would vary drastically in terms of an answer based on what you're actually asking. If you just joined us, welcome, welcome. Thank you so much for being here. We're, earlier we talked about the new YouTube live feature, the Q&A. And now we're just talking shop, whatever live streaming or video creation questions that you have. So thank you so much for being here. If you did just pop in, then make sure you put a Q in front of your question if you have a Q. Okay. Claire, do you think that the new YouTube features are going to make external streaming services redundant? Absolutely not. No. That would be a big no. YouTube features are always going to be, unless they decide to get into the live streaming platform game, which is a far cry from what they do, then absolutely not. Like ECAMM, vMix, OBS, even StreamYard, Restream, and Wave, all are going to have way more functionality than the YouTube player and the built-in features. Now, they're getting better and better at just being able to produce a simple live stream. You're not going to see, like, let me just show you this. Like, my camera's whacked. That's why I'm not using this overlay today. But you can like see from this perspective, if I were to try to do this on YouTube live inside of the studio, inside of the integrated features, that's not happening. That is way not happening. So you do need those third-party apps to actually control graphics and things like that. Oops. Even things like fun, you know, things that can really engage the viewers in a much deeper way. So yeah, yes, Zion, I am using a few Macs and ECAMM Live. Melissa, let's see. Just catching up on chat real quick. Let's see. I'm getting ready to purchase the Sony ZV-E10 with the Creative Kit lenses. Brand new to using anything but my phone. Is there a class that goes into detail about this camera? Yes, there is. So a couple of things. We have hopefully I'm not wrong, we have a ZV-E10 settings video here on this YouTube channel. So it's just like which settings you need to set up for that camera. And then in terms of like more information, our Pro Video Studio course is a deep dive into customizing your video studio. So how to mount the cameras and the lights, how to actually light yourself properly, which things to buy to customize and build out a super pro level video studio. And I love how I still have this one going up. And so if you want it, you don't have to do anything crazy like this. This is like a 10, 12 camera setup. But if you wanted to just have the ability to have that higher level, then the Pro Video Studio course will deep dive into that. And so I'd highly suggest checking that out. We'll drop the link in the comments. And yes, Paul, the magical Mr. Paul Dixon, who does all of our amazing graphics that I'm not showing off today, except for these. Oops. It could also be worth watching the which lens video. We do have which lens should you choose in terms of what it shows you exactly what it looks like on that camera. You're a little late coming in on that, Jason. A little late, but Kathleen did that for you. Let's see. Are those lights diffused? Abso-freaking-lutely, yes. You can get diffused lights kind of like built in, like some of the newer panels and others. You can also, like this dome light. I need to fix that camera angle. I keep forgetting because it should come up to show you this big dome light a little bit more. So I'll do that for next week. What are you all doing this weekend, out of curiosity, other than joining me on the call tomorrow? Let's see, David, LED lights often do not come with diffusers. Should they be diffused as well as old school lights? I would always like to see you diffuse them, whether you buy ones that have kind of a built-in, or you get something like the dome where you have to like buy a couple of pieces. It's going to give you a better look and more professional. It's going to be easier to adjust and make look good versus beating your head against the wall, really, in my experience and personal opinion. All right. Oh, nice, Melissa. Okay, you did join the professional video studio course. Gonna watch that again when your goodies are on the way. Fantastic. And we also have, you know, from a simpler perspective as well, if you're just wanting a really simple setup, we have our gear setup guides that literally is a PDF, and it shows you to plug this into this, plug that into that, plug that into that. It's like super, super simple to follow. And so if you're not looking for the fully customizable, you know, options and to really learn more about the gear, and all you want is to just say, tell me what to buy and how to set it up, and I don't want to know anything or think about anything, then those, the gear finder with the setup guide is going to be a great option for you. Uh-oh. It's getting windy out there, you guys. You can always, I don't know if you hear that. I think you do in my audio when the windows rattle. Do you hear that? It's always strange. Tim is going for a ride on a motorboat in the Solent. Then Sunday, I will be at a Remembrance Day lunch. It's hard to see. Yep, you can hear it. Yeah. These are unique windows, and I kind of love it, but all right. Let's see. Zion, I'm not familiar. There's so many hubs out there. I'm not familiar with that particular one. But we actually have, don't we have a video on power? Actually, I'm thinking that's the USB. I don't think that's hub specific. But I would Google that unless somebody in the chat knows that specific hub, but they do need, when you're running all of that, you're probably going to need some power. So I would really evaluate that before buying, or buy it, test it, send it back if it doesn't work. That's also another option. Which one is the hub? Did I miss miss one? It sounds like a Demorgon. Yeah, typically we recommend docks, not hubs. Hubs are not going to have that power. Yeah, so that's probably why I'm not familiar with that particular one. I see is it a Caldigit specifically? Yeah, I'm always a dock girl. Given the docks in here, that sounded funny. But yeah, I like docks for all of my stuff. Let's see. Marianne, I just bought a Logitech C922, but when I move the lighting changes exposure. But when you move, the lighting and exposure is changing. Do you have videos that can help with me? So you can download the Logitech hub. Now I'm talking hubs. The Logitech camera hub software. And then they also have the gaming software that has more capabilities. And so you might try either of those softwares to set the exposure. You will never, with a C922 webcam, you're not going to have the kind of control that you would like to have. That's just the real truth there. But you can get some control over that. So just know that going in, you're going to get some control, but you're not going to necessarily be happy. You know, but also, is it good enough? Great. You don't need to like pay crazy dollars in order to have the best of the best if you're happy with what you got. So just try that software first. If you can't get that working, and we don't really have any videos on that specific software, but that's it's very easy. It just, you download that software and then you make the adjustments and you kind of play around with it, and literally everyone has to just fiddle around with that software until they get something that they're happy with. So it's kind of a very manual process. Okay. All right. Whew. I'm kind of talked out. Should we play with more magnets? All right, you guys, definitely come hang out with me if you are creating content that's generating $5,000 to $50,000 a month in revenue. Tomorrow morning, 8 a.m. Pacific, 11 a.m. Eastern. And we're gonna have a free mastermind session to have some of those higher level conversations where we can dive into some of the things that really just aren't talked about. Like, people don't talk about like the mindset, the business stuff as much as I love to geek out about that stuff. So, all right. Zion Farm, you saw me as Callie Lewis on Tech TV stuff. I might have done some stuff with CNET, but not really CNET specifically. It was more in the Leo Laporte world. But now I go by my real name. Thank you. It's good enough. I use my ZV-1 as my overhead shots, which is more important than the front-facing view. Okay, fantastic. Yeah, fantastic. I thought you had said that as well, but... All right, you guys, put on your dancing shoes, and we're gonna dance this baby out and watch the credits together and thank our YouTube members for being here. I appreciate each and every one of you for hanging out, asking great questions, and geeking out with me about the whiteboard Post-its. I will see you. We've got a couple, at least one, probably 2 new YouTube videos dropping next week. So definitely pay attention to our socials, but also our email list and notifications from YouTube. Have a wonderful day. Thank you. Bye-bye.